Good afternoon, mathematicians, and welcome back to Ms. Granton's math class. This is part 3 of our video studying chapter 7.5, factoring polynomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c. Now in part 2 of this video, we discussed how to factor polynomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c, where everything is positive. And we did an example of the form x squared minus bx plus c, where the middle term or the linear term is negative. So in this video, we will discuss examples with both the constant term being negative and the linear and constant terms being negative. So let's get started. Let's say that we wanted to factor the expression m squared plus 4m minus 12. Now I like to right away get my setup here of my two binomial expressions where we separate terms with addition. Looking at the quadratic term, also known as a, we see it's m squared. The coefficient in front of m squared is a 1, and the only factors of 1 are 1 and 1. So in order to get 1m squared, I know that we must multiply m times m. Okay, so now let's bring our attention to this negative 12. That is our constant term, or our c term. Let's think about the factors of negative 12 that will also add to positive 4. So what are the factors of negative 12? Well, let's see. We have negative 6 and positive 2. Okay, that'll give us negative 12. But what if we add negative 6 plus 2? What is that? That's negative 4. We want positive 4. So we're very close, but not quite. What if instead of negative 6 and positive 2, we did positive 6 times negative 2. So if we multiply those, we still get negative 12. But if we add them, 6 plus negative 2, it's the same as 6 minus 2. Ah, yes, that is positive 4, which we have here. Good. So we know that the two numbers that we are going to want for these spaces here are 6 and negative 2. So 6 and negative 2. And if you don't want to write m plus negative 2 right here, you can also write this as m plus 6 times the quantity m minus 2. These two are exactly the same. Okay, so now let's use FOIL to see if our factoring is correct. So we have quantity m plus 6 times quantity m minus 2. So using FOIL, which I talked about in part 1, the first terms are m times m, and that will give us m squared. The outer terms are m and negative 2, so m times negative 2 is negative 2m. The inner terms are positive 6 and positive m, so 6 times m is 6m. And the last terms are positive 6 and negative 2, so positive 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. Now look for like terms. I see a negative 2m and a positive 6m. If we combine negative 2 plus 6, we will get positive 4. So altogether, that would be positive 4m. So this is m squared plus 4m minus 12. Now let's check. Does this expression match this expression? Yes, it does. So that means that this factoring is the correct factoring, and that is the answer to the problem. Let's do one more example where both the linear term and the constant term are negative. Let's do the example. How about, what's a letter that we don't use very much? How about p? P squared minus 6p minus 16. So notice this time that both the linear term and the constant term are negative. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to create my two sets of binomials. Looking at my quadratic term of p squared, I know 1 is the coefficient, so the only way to get 1p squared is to multiply p times p. Okay, let's bring our attention to negative 16, the constant term. Let's think about the factors of negative 16 that also add to negative 6. Okay, let's see. Factors of negative 16. We have 4 times negative 4. Okay, yeah, that's negative 16. Now let's try adding them. What is 4 plus negative 4? AKA 4 minus 4. Oh, that's 0. But we don't want 0. We want negative 6. Okay, so I don't think that is the correct group of numbers. Let's try another one. How about, I'm thinking maybe 8 and 2, but which one should I make negative? Let's see. How about we do 8 times negative 2. Okay, 8 times negative 2 is negative 16, but what is 8 plus negative 2? Or 8 minus 2? That's 6. Ah, but we want negative 6, so we're very close. Maybe we could just change the signs of the 8 and the 2? Let's try that. So instead of positive 8 and negative 2, let's try negative 8 and positive 2. So that's negative 16 when we multiply. What is negative 8 plus 2? That's negative 6. Yay, we got it. That's what we wanted. Okay, so that means that the two numbers for these two spaces here should be negative 8 and positive 2. And if you don't like writing plus negative 8, you can also write p minus 8, quantity, times quantity p plus 2. Okay, let's use the FOIL method to make sure that this is the correct factoring. So on the next page, we have quantity p minus 8 times quantity p plus 2. Using FOIL, we have p times p for first, that's p squared. Next is outer, p times 2, that's positive 2p. Inner, negative 8 times positive p, that is negative 8p. And the last terms, we have negative 8 times positive 2, that is a negative 16. The like terms in this expression would be positive 2p and negative 8p. And what is 2p minus 8p? That is negative 6p. So we get p squared minus 6p minus 16. Does this expression match this expression? Yes, it does. So that means that this factoring is the correct factoring. I hope that this video was helpful, and please feel free to contact me with any questions that you may have. I hope you have a wonderful day.